What's up, you guys? It's your girl, Daysha E, and I am back, but also even better. And you already know, this is Or Clickbait, where we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment and determine whether it's for the culture or simply for clicks. And y'all come on in, because I got some tea to give y'all, and we got a lot to catch up on. Drake dropped 100 gigs on your head top, which was unreleased footage of some of his best curated work, and I thought that this was a great and dope thing for Drake to do. Now, in the midst of this unreleased footage, it was a little bit of everything from studio sessions to old concerts to some unreleased songs that we haven't heard. Now, amongst those unreleased songs, we had It's Up featuring 21 Savage and Young Thug. We also had Housekeeping featuring Latto, and then we had the track Blue, Green, Red. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I feel like this was a timely situation for Drake to go ahead and drop all this footage. I'm gonna tell y'all my thought process. I pretty much feel like what he did was give us a rundown of all the previous Drakes and the versions that we had of him. Just basically saying, when one Drake dies, another one morphs. Now, I definitely think this was a very timely fashion for Drake to do this, simply because it shows us one Drake and then how he morphed into another version and another version and another version as all this unreleased footage came out. But I feel like Drake is also trying to hint at the fact that y'all may have thought previous situations may have ended me or slowed me down, but I'm just morphing into another Drake. So I'm gonna give y'all all the previous stuff that y'all haven't heard, and we gonna start a new and clean slate. And I'm so here for it. Now, Drake did also drop all 3 of these songs on DSPs, and allegedly, it sounds like the label made him do it. Drake dropping all of this unreleased footage was definitely for the culture, because you are letting your fans in while growing your fan base at the same time, and probably shedding some layers while in the process of building something new. So we love to see it, and I'm gonna stay tuned because I'm almost sure that this was done with a major purpose. Latto released her new album, Sugar Honey Iced Tea, and she also celebrated going #1 on Apple Music. So let's clap it up for Miss Latto. Yes. Now, let's dissect this album, okay? There are 21 tracks on this album. Child, we'll talk about it later because maybe that's a hint for something, but nonetheless, she not gonna really tell us. Now, there are also some great features on this album. We have Sierra, we have Cardi B, but then we got some more of the girls that's in the mix as well. Now, I'm gonna say, as far as this album goes, my favorite part of this has been Latto's rollout. I love the early 2000s feel of the rollout. I love all the different ATL movie references, the Cascade skating ring, the dunks and Chevys, the rims, the apple bottom jeans, everything just flowed so seamlessly for this project rollout. And I'm gonna say that my favorite song on the project right now is gonna be Big Mama. Now, I wanna know how y'all feel. Y'all let me know. I think that Latto got into a bunch of different pockets on this album, and it was not just all booty music, and it was not all just about money and tricking and all the extra stuff. I think that she gave us a good little feel, and she also gave us rap Latto. Did y'all listen to the album, and what was y'all favorite song? Let's talk about it, and let's dissect this album to see if it's really worth what everybody's saying. Season 2 of Caresha Please is back, and a well-needed and long overdue interview of Caresha sitting down with Santana definitely took place. Y'all can take a look right here.
Amongst me and you and amongst close ones, but I don't really feel like you addressed everything.
Now, this season kicks off with this intimate interview where Santana sits down with Caresha and unpacks a bunch of different things that everybody wanted to hear about. They talked about her music career, they talked about her group member, JT, and they also talked about all of the allegations surrounding Diddy and how she's felt about it. Santana made sure he bought all the smoke in this interview, and Caresha said that she was telling her truth. So, now in this interview, there was a series of questions, and some of these questions were a little touchy. Caresha was asked about her current relationship and status with JT, and she definitely let it be known that her and JT have been on 2 separate pages and are no longer group members. She also discussed that JT had been doing features and not letting her know about it. So she just kind of felt like there was a disconnect there. They had 2 different transportations, 2 different glam squads, and just 2 different everything when it came to them being a group. So there was already some type of isolation and separation happening prior to all of what we see now. But she did let it be known that JT will always be considered her family and that she does love and support her. Now, amongst these other series of questions, we did have the Diddy question come in about what does Caresha feel about the allegations surrounding Diddy. And she let it be known, she met Diddy at a time when the world was giving him his flowers. She never met that version of Diddy, so she cannot speak on it. But she did state that both of them did definitely fall in love with each other and did not really plan on it. She said that Diddy had a great way of seeing things in people that people didn't see in themselves, and he is one of the reasons that helped her branch out and become a businesswoman outside of music. And a lot of y'all didn't like that response. Granted, I understand how it's the clean PR response, but all in all, I think that she responded in the best way that she could. She said she didn't know that version of the man, and that's good. Hopefully some real change has happened. Now, the last thing that we want to talk about from this interview was Caresha discussing her music career, and she let it be known that her music has been shelved by her label, simply because it doesn't seem like she's growing musically. And I do understand, and I feel like I agree, because the music is starting to become a little stagnant. I'm pretty sure life has happened and there are a bunch of different experiences that she could be talking about in her music now, but she still stays making the same kind of music, and we kind of don't want to hear it anymore. I'm gonna say that this interview right here was definitely for the culture. Whether y'all feel like it was or wasn't, she sat down, she did the interview, and she answered the questions to the best of her abilities from her experience and from her stance. Now, some of y'all may feel otherwise, and we could talk about it, because y'all had a bunch of different narratives running about her being a horrible friend and her not really speaking on the Diddy stuff or her not speaking out, when y'all don't know what conversations they have had privately. And she probably simply don't want to get on the bashing train, and I'm not mad at it. As the Paris 2024 Olympics come to a close, let's recap some of these amazing and monumental moments that took place. Team USA finished the games coming out with 126 medals total, taking the overall W with the most medals out of everyone. There were 40 gold medals, 44 silver medals, and 42 bronze medals. So let's clap it up for Team USA. Now, we can't talk about the Olympics in Paris without talking about Snoop Dogg opening and closing performance and all of his different things that he got to do throughout this Olympics. Y'all can take a look right here. Shout out to Snoop for holding it down for the hip hop culture and just simply being there. It very much gave that all of the athletes that did notice him in the crowd were super excited to see him, and you could just feel the transfer of energy and love there. So we love to see that. Simone received 3 gold medals, and those were in women's artistic team, women's artistic individual, and women's vault. And then she took home a silver in women's floor. So let's clap it up for Simone Biles and all of the amazing USA gymnasts, okay? Y'all did y'all thing. Then in male's track, we had Noah Lyles take home a gold in a 100-meter race with a time of 9.7. And then we also had him take home a bronze medal after testing positive for COVID in the 200-meter. I'm almost sure we'll hear about it, because y'all know how Noah gets down. He's going to sing his own praises, and I'm not mad at him, because guess what, he is a world champ and he deserves to. Sha'Carri, Richardson, and Gabby Thomas lead their team to the W in the 4x100 by taking the gold medal. So let's clap it up for those ladies. And then we had Sha'Carri Richardson take home the silver medal in the 200-meter. In basketball, both men and women Team USA took home gold medals, so we have to give them a round of applause about that. That was definitely awesome. KD breaks 2 records throughout this tournament process. He surpassed Carmelo Anthony with 4 gold medals, so that is major for him. And then he also surpassed Lisa Leslie's overall points throughout the tournament with a whopping 518 points total. So we have to give my man his flowers, because he did what needed to be done. Now for women's basketball, this was another major year as this marks their 8th consecutive win. And Aja Wilson definitely led this team with 21 points. And let's just give it up as she was the MVP throughout this tournament, okay? Ladies, we love to see it and we love to see y'all holding it down. Let's keep it going. There has been some drama surrounding the Olympics as well, as we had some last minute rule changes that caused Sha'Carri Richardson to take the 2nd place in her race, as well as caused Shelly Ann from Jamaica to drop out and withdraw completely. Now, that's not all the mess that was going on. We also had Jordan Childs, her coaches, they challenged the scoring, and though they only had 60 seconds to submit whatever their issues were, they took 64 seconds, and that 4 seconds caused her to have to give up her medal. So yeah, though Team USA took it home, there was also some mess in the mix. But we're gonna focus on the fact that we won overall. We are the world champions. Shout out to Team USA for holding it down at the 2024 Olympics and showing up and showing out the way you guys should have. It's your girl Daysha E, and y'all already know how I do. I keep the tea here on Culture or Clickbait, where we take the hottest headlines in music, sports, and entertainment and determine whether it's for the culture or simply for clicks. Y'all already know what to do. Come back and see me.